Welcome to the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. The best and brightest of America's high school scholars have gathered on the campus of Rice University in Houston to test their academic skills. Over 2,500 teams accepted the challenge. Only one will win. Now, here's your host, Chip Beal.
It's all Oklahoma on this quarterfinal edition of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. The finest in academic competition today features Enid, Oklahoma against Booker T. Washington of Tulsa, Oklahoma. As you know, this sound means you're right. This sound means you've answered incorrectly. And this tone means we've reached the end of each quarter. Each school has a 5-0 record. Only one can go on to the semifinals. Good luck to both teams. Your first question is worth 5 points. This colony was the easiest British target during the American Revolution because it was the least populated.
Enid, Jason.
South Carolina.
No, and most isolated. Booker T. Washington named this southern.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Georgia.
Georgia, colony which became a state in 1788. For 10 points, in a woman's event in the rodeo, cowgirls ride horses in a cloverleaf pattern around 3 of which
Enid, April.
Barrels.
Those are the containers. Barrels for 10 points. Are you a horse woman, April?
No,
Okay.
I'm from
Well, you
Oklahoma,
knew
though.
that. Okay. Multiple choice for you for 10 points. Which of the following is not a nocturnal animal? Bat, aardvark, beaver, kangaroo rat?
Enid, Jason.
Beaver.
Beaver is not nocturnal. You're right. For 10 points. I have a 5-pointer. He introduced the term physiocrat to name France's leading 18th century school of economics. And after fleeing revolutionary France, he introduced America's longest-running industrial dynasty, named this founder of a huge chemical company.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
DuPont.
DuPont is right, Matt, for 5 points. I have an art question worth 10. Look at your monitor here in the studio, please. Georges Bizet composed the incidental music for Alphonse Daudet's tragedy entitled
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Vincent van Gogh.
That's correct. The Woman of Arles. What troubled artist painted a portrait with the same title? And our score is knotted at 20 early in the contest. For 10 points, when the solar wind collides with the Earth's magnetic field.
Enid, Jason.
Ionosphere.
No. We observe what effect?
Booker T. Washington, John.
Auroras.
Yes. Aurora for 10 points. I have another 10-pointer. Identify the method used by some law enforcement officers which involves encouraging suspects to commit crimes.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Entrapment.
So that the officer can arrest them is right, Matt, for 10. Here's a 5-pointer. This continent has been in constant political turbulence ever since the late 19th century when France, Germany, Portugal, Britain.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Africa.
Yes, Italy and Turkey moved to colonize and partition its many nations and regions. For 10 points, multiple choice, the Muslim rule in Spain ended the same year.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
1492. And it began in 711.
No, that's not responsive. The same year, Shakespeare was born, Joan of Arc was burned, Columbus reached America.
Enid, Jason.
Columbus reached America.
That's what we're looking for 10 points. I'm sure that you would have known that, Jim. For 10 points, a music question. What you're about to hear is one of 24 preludes and fugues. Listen and tell me which number it is, the title of the book, or the name of the composer.
Enid, Jason.
Bach.
Bach is right. Number 1 from the Well-Tempered Clavier. For 10 points, in which state do they play a baseball game without artificial light at midnight every June 22nd?
Booker T. Washington, John.
Alaska.
Yes, you're right, Alaska, for 10 points. I have a 5-pointer. Give the term for the arrangement of organisms into groups on the basis of evolutionary or structural relationship between them.
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
Morphology.
Not morphology. That's a good try. Enid.
Enid, Brian.
Classification.
Classification or taxonomy. Right. For 10 points, the Golan Heights is disputed territory between Israel and...
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
Syria.
This time you've got it, Sarah. For 10 points is right. Here's a 5-pointer. In the Civil War, buglers stayed close to the field commanders. Why?
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
They were the ones who had the signal advance or retreat.
Is right, so the commander had to have him nearby. For 10 points, a visual question. This man is the head of what major church?
Enid, Jason.
The Eastern Orthodox.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Russian Orthodox.
Russian Orthodox is right for 10 points. I have a 5-point grammar question. What voice is used in this quotation by I.F. Stone? Every government is run by...
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Passive.
Right. That's correct. Every government is run by liars, and nothing they say should be believed. We are at the end of the warm-up round. More questions and answers after this break in the academic action. The score at the start of the second period is 45 Enid, 85 Booker T. Washington. We will now take a break and meet the contestants before we resume with the questions and answers. Enid, Oklahoma, winners of the Texaco Star Academic Challenge at Oklahoma State University, Kevin Smith, a senior, salutatorian, and an academic all-stater. April Bergdahl, a senior, and valedictorian, and senator to Girls Nation. Jason Rickman, a junior, a band man, and a Cub fan. And Brian Diener, a senior, a starting quarterback for the football team, and a Jeopardy fanatic. Their alternates include Archana Rao, Katie Dent, and Lucky Alllock. And coaches Mike Franklin and Sherry Franklin, that's the team from Enid High School. Booker T. Washington also was in that Oklahoma State University Texaco Star Academic Challenge. They were defeated by the team that in turn was defeated by Enid, although at this point in the game they lead it by 40. Well, let's meet Matt Bruce then, a senior, a National Merit finalist who will be attending Harvard next fall. John Deffenbaugh, a sophomore, swim team member and an Eagle Scout. Jim Steichen, a freshman, a pianist, and an ardent Cardinal fan, active in scouting as well. And Sarah Bruce, a junior soccer team member who traveled to Europe with a school group this spring. Their alternates, John Hickman and Eric Groenberg, and coaches Mark Hames and Dr. Andy Zoller. That's the team from Booker T. Washington. Contestants, it's time for the bonus round. Your first bonus subject will be Russian composers. Here's your toss-up worth 10 points. Name the host of the PBS series World of Ideas. That would be Bill Moyers. No score for 10 points. A federal census is taken every 10 years by authority of the U.S. Constitution. Counting every American is a formidable task. In what year did the U.S. government first make a
Enid, Jason.
1790.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not where we're headed. First make a concentrated effort to count the number of homeless people in the country.
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
1990.
1990 is right, although Jason knew that 1790 was the very first census. Okay, Matt, John, Jim, and Sarah, Russian composers. I will give you the name of a musical composition written by a Russian composer, and you name the composer. For 5 points, the opera Eugene Onegin.
Your answer?
Rimsky-Korsakov.
The answer is the only 5-point composer I know, and that's Peter Tchaikovsky. No score. Nation bonus is next. Here's a 10-point toss-up. Balboa is often said to have discovered the Pacific Ocean, but since his sighting took place 7 years before Magellan crossed the Pacific, he had no way of knowing that he had found a new ocean. Instead, Balboa thought he had discovered part of what body of water?
Enid, Jason.
The Atlantic.
No, not the Atlantic. Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington, John.
The Indian Ocean.
The Indian Ocean is right for 10 points. And again, it'll be the Booker T. Washington group. For 5 points, in 1990, Alberto Fujimori became the first ethnic Japanese to head a national government outside of Japan. Name his mountainous West Coast South American nation.
Peru.
Right. For 10 points, since the World Cup's inception in 1930, 6 different countries have won the World Cup, but only 3 countries have won it 3 times each. Name any 2 of them.
Germany and Italy.
Is right for 10. Brazil the other for 15 points. She did not govern quietly, and she did not go quietly, but sharp-tongued Edith Cresson recently resigned as the Prime Minister of what country?
France.
France is right, and for 20 points, which Southeast Asian nation produces over 50% of the world's heroin supply?
Burma.
Burma is right. They have swept the category. Very good. We have Plutarch bonus for you next. Maybe it'll be Enid in on this 10-point music toss-up. What band kicked off the British invasion, beating the Beatles by a...
Enid, April.
Rolling Stone?
No, by a few months. Listen.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Herman's Hermits.
No? You know now, Enid? Anybody? That's the Dave Clark 5. Okay. For 5 points, in the carat system, the percentage of gold in an alloy is denoted as a fraction of which number?
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
24.
24 is that number. 5 points are yours, and here is your Plutarch bonus. The first century A.D. biographer Plutarch described many ancient Greeks and Romans of renown. Identify the following people from his descriptions of them. For 5 points, he had not pursued the wars in Gaul full 10 years when he had taken by storm above 800 towns, subdued 300 states, and killed 1 million.
Julius Caesar.
That is correct. For 10 points, her actual beauty, it is said, was not in itself so remarkable that none could be compared with her, but the contact of her presence was irresistible. Plato admits 4 sorts of flattery, but she had 1,000.
You sure it's Helen of Troy? Helen of Troy.
No, we're looking for descriptions of ancient Greeks and Romans, not fictional people. Cleopatra was the answer. Open boat is your next bonus. Here's a 10-point toss-up for both schools. The heroines in which novel perform an original melodrama, The Witch's Curse?
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
Little Women.
Little Women is the title, and it's 4 in a row for Booker T. Washington in the bonus round, your open boat bonus. The Open Boat by Stephen Crane describes the struggles of 4 men in a lifeboat desperately trying to reach the shore safely after the ship sinks. Identify the occupations of the 4 men. You'll earn 5 points for the first one you can name, 10 points for the second, and so forth until you're incorrect. If you have never read the story, take a guess.
Lawyer.
No, sorry. Captain, cook, oiler, and correspondent. And that's the end of the bonus round. Let's go over to the scoreboard at halftime. It's Enid, 45, Booker T. Washington, 175. Questions used on the Texaco Star National Academic Championship are written and authenticated by Columbus, Ohio's Questions Unlimited. Now, your categories for the 60 seconds round contestants are ozone, African American history, rhyming pairs, and the mystery category. Once you make your selection, you'll have 1 minute to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. The time has expired. That's it. The second team may take a shot at any questions the first team misses. If you get them all right, we'll give you a 20-point bonus. Enid, we're pulling for you to do just that. Kevin, what'll it be?
The mystery category.
The mystery category, I hope you like Ross Perot. That's your mystery category. Start the clock. Here we go. Perot was born in what Texas town on the Arkansas border?
Texaco.
Right. Before he started his own business, Perot was a super salesman for what computer giant?
IBM.
Right. What computer services company did he start in 1962?
Pass.
Tell It to Hanoi was a crusade funded by Perot in 1970. What was the purpose of this movement?
To get back MIA.
Get back MIA.
Perot once plotted the daring rescue of his men from a prison in what country?
Iran. Iran.
Right. Perot's company merged with what auto giant?
GM.
Right. Fill in the blank with the name of a sport. Ross Perot once said the trouble with Texas schools is too much blank.
Football.
Right. Last year, Perot angered conservatives by opposing U.S. military action against what nation?
Kuwait.
No, that's incorrect. Mike Mastandria, how many did they get?
50 points.
50 points on the mystery category. Ross Perot. Okay, Booker T. Washington. What computer services company did he start in 1962?
EDS.
Yes, Electronic Data Systems. Tell It to Hanoi was a crusade funded by Perot in 1970. What was the purpose of this movement?
To release prisoners of war.
That's what the judges wanted. Last year, Perot angered conservatives by opposing U.S. military action against what nation?
Iraq.
Is right. And you got all the leftovers. Did Booker T. Washington. Nice job. Okay, Tulsa, it's your turn. ozone, African-American history, or rhyming pairs?
We'll take African-American history.
African-American history it is. Start the clock, here we go. Male slaves who joined the British Army during the American Revolution were promised this.
Freedom. Freedom.
Right. Many northern whites supported the education of blacks in the 18th century so they could read this book.
The Bible.
Right. A section that denounced slavery was deleted from this document before its adoption in 1776.
U.S. Declaration of Independence.
Right. Contrary to popular belief, this measure did not free all slaves.
The Emancipation Proclamation.
Right. A.P. Albert, a Creole, invented a machine for picking this crop.
Cotton.
Yes. What organization's slogan is, a mind is a terrible thing to waste?
United Negro College Fund.
Right. Who was the first president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Right. After he had signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965, the number of black voters in the South nearly tripled.
Lyndon Johnson.
Right. In 1984, African Americans held what government post in Newark, Detroit, Atlanta?
Mayor.
Right. Considered the most serious racial disturbances in modern American history, the 1965 and 1992 riots.
Los Angeles.
Is correct. They ran the category. 120 points on African American history. With a flourish, our 60 seconds round has come to an end. More questions and answers after this break in the academic action. At the start of the final period, it's 95 for Enid and 325 for Booker T. Washington. Tulsa in the lead, and we're going to play Stump the Experts now. Questions are more difficult. The stakes are higher. We have 15 and 20 pointers for you. Make sure you wait to be recognized. We move along to a 15-point visual. This protist swims by means of a flagellum.
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
Euglena.
Euglena is what that's called. It has a small eye spot near its gullet. For 15 points, after the flooding was over. After the flood was over, Noah disgraced himself by doing what?
Enid, Jason.
Getting drunk and
He did indeed. That's 15 points for Enid. I have a 20-point science question. Of the 5 elements that compose group 4A on the periodic chart, which 2 are used in transistors and...
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Silicon and germanium.
Is correct. Excellent. 20 points. Here's a 15-pointer. This swamp got its name before George Washington explored it in 1764. It is a jungle of hanging moss and gnarled cypress and is located in South...
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
The Okefenokee?
Oh, that's incorrect. Enid, located in southeastern Virginia, this beautiful yet eerie wilderness has an abundance of duck, fish, bear, deer, and other wildlife. What is the name of this swamp? That's the Great Dismal Swamp. For 20 points, for what craft or skill is Hester Prynne noted in the...
Enid, Jason.
embroidery.
Embroidery is correct. For 20 points, here's another 20-pointer music question. Name the most popular of Franz Liszt's symphonic poems. Listen.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Don Juan?
No? Beautiful music. The title, Les Préludes. For 15 points, what's the term for a computer disk designed to prevent altering the data stored on it?
Booker T. Washington, John.
A read-only disc.
No? Oh, that's acceptable? Okay, I have write-protected disk. I'm told read-only is acceptable. For 20 points, a quantitative physics question. An object with a mass of 4 kilograms is moving in a circle with a diameter of 2 meters with an angular velocity of 3 radians per second. Find the centripetal force. I'll give you a little bit of figuring time. 4-kilogram mass, moving in a circle. The circle has a 2-meter diameter. Angular velocity of 3 radians per second. Contestants are...
Enid, April.
15.
No? Contestants are going to compute the centripetal force.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
12 newtons.
12 newtons is right for 20 points. Here's a 15-pointer. Which communist leader said, political power grows out of the barrel?
Enid, Jason.
Mao Zedong.
Yes, out of the barrel of a gun. Very good. 15-point math question. If you count the Tappan Zee Bridge, there are 7 bridges or tunnels connecting New York City and New Jersey. In how many different ways could you travel from New York City to New Jersey and return by a...
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
42.
By a different route is right for 15. Here's a 20-point visual. Look at your screen. Guy Saint-Lazare.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Claude Monet.
Claude Monet painted Guy Saint-Lazare. Right. For 20 points, Mikhail Gorbachev recently spoke at the site of Winston Churchill's
Booker T. Washington, John.
Westminster College.
Westminster College in Missouri is where that Iron Curtain speech took place. For 20 points, if our sun were a supergiant star, its outer circumference would fall between the orbits of which two planets?
Enid, Jason.
Mars and Jupiter.
No, that's incorrect.
Booker T. Washington, John.
Earth and Mars.
Earth and Mars is right. This Booker T. Washington team cannot be denied. Here's a 20-pointer. What's the term for the class of drugs that helps remove excess water from the body?
Enid, Brian.
Diuretics.
That's the term. Brian, you have 20 more points. Here's a 15-pointer. To whom did Jackie Kennedy refer as Colonel Cornpone and his little pork chop?
Enid, Jason.
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Mr. and Mrs. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Judge? Yes, Lady Bird and Lyndon Johnson for 15 points. Here's a 15-point music question. Name this trio formed by an Englishman, New Zealander, and South African. Listen.
Booker T. Washington, Sarah.
Oh, God. No, I'm sorry.
That's by the Thompson Twins. For 20 points, put the following Italian painters in historical order. Giotto, Masaccio, Michelangelo, and Modigliani. That's Giotto, Masaccio, Michelangelo, and Modigliani.
Enid, April.
Michelangelo, Gisalo. Sorry.
Okay, we'll go on to Booker T. Washington. Can you put them in order?
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
Giotto, Michelangelo.
Giotto, Masaccio, Michelangelo, and Modigliani. For 15 points, does Hodgkin's disease affect the pancreas, intestines?
Enid, Jason.
The lymph nodes.
Lymph system is right for 15 points. Here's a 20-pointer. Clarence Sanders left the farm and entered the grocery business in 1916. He set up a small chain of grocery stores and put the food on the shelves where the customers could select what they wanted and take their purchases to a cashier. What was the name of this chain of supermarkets which is still around today?
Enid, April.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly is right for 20 points.
2 minutes left.
15-pointer as a 2-minute warning has been given to both benches. Johannes Kepler, in writing about the physics of the universe, used the language of one of the arts. Which one?
Enid, Jason.
Latin.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
Music.
Music was that art, right, for 15. I have another 15-pointer. Who would apply a Pitt and Fisher sealant? A mechanic, a dentist, a geologist,
Booker T. Washington, John.
A dentist.
yes, and not a painter or a dermatologist. For 20 points, why is Hattie Caraway a significant figure in the history of Arkansas?
Enid, April.
She's the mother of Bill Clinton.
No, that's not the answer. Booker T. Washington? She was the first woman elected to the U.S. Senate. For 15 points, as a student at Oxford, he created a language he called Elvish. He developed...
Enid, Kevin.
Tolkien.
Tolkien is right for 15 points. I have a 20-pointer. Which African river did Rudyard Kipling describe in The Elephant's Child as Great Gray Green Greasy?
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
The Zambezi.
That's the Zambezi.
Enid, Jason.
The Congo.
No, it is the Limpopo River. For 15 points, the publication of Memphis Blues in 1912 launched the blues toward fame, and it was followed by St. Louis Blues in 1914. Name the...
Booker T. Washington, Jim.
W.C. Handy.
He was the composer of both pieces for 15 points. For 15 points, only one National League team has never had a player win a batting title.
Booker T. Washington, Matt.
The New York Mets.
No. A home run title or an RBI title. Name this National League Western Division team.
Enid, April.
The Astros.
Astros is right, and that is the end of the match. Our final score is Enid 230, Booker T. Washington 530. That is a new all-time record on the nationally televised rounds of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. This is Chip Beal, your host, inviting you to join us next week when our contestants will be both from South Carolina, Clinton and Aiken. We'll see you then.